Can we be honest? Having lasting peace of mind just makes life a lot better. And I will tell you, after coaching high conscious go-getters now for about 3 decades, I can tell you with certainty that there are 2 unexpected conditions that make lasting peace of mind possible. And when these conditions aren't present, well, it makes it much harder to attain. And in this video, I'm not only going to show you what the 2 conditions are, but I'm also going to share with you exactly how you can experience deep, profound, persistent peace of mind, kind of regardless of what's happening in your life. Today, I'm going to introduce you to a revolutionary concept that I created. Some of you may not have ever heard of before, called the 10 Hidden Motives to Survive. And I'm going to bust a whole bunch of alarming myths about what it takes to achieve peace of mind, stuff that you probably have fallen for. And I'm going to tell you where you're wasting your time. And unlike most thought leaders in this space, I'm not going to be telling you to protect yourself from negativity or try to eliminate negativity from your life. I'm not going to convince you that peace of mind comes from some sort of special diet or meditating in a new magical way. I'm not going to suggest any kind of new age ideas like writing in different colors or cards or pre-described schedules or any of that. In fact, I'm going to tell you that after 30 years of working in the field, belly to belly with some of the most successful people in the world, people that I would consider high conscious go-getters, I've had this privilege of being intimately connected to them, connected to their personal lives and their career. And as a result, I've discovered that traditional methods for achieving peace of mind almost always fail in the face of modern challenges, navigating health challenges or financial crises or marital problems, career challenges. Modern life is challenging. Peace of mind is not probable based on the stresses that we face. And this is exactly why I created a methodology called the Rapid Enlightenment process, which I wrote about in my best-selling book called Quiet Mind, Epic Life. Doing my own research, I discovered a practical way to quiet the mind, to be at peace, and live an awesome life in the process. So don't get hung up on this word enlightened, okay? I'm not talking about renouncing the world or wearing robes or, living like a pauper. That's not what I'm talking about. Grab your dictionary and you're going to see that the word enlightened actually means having or showing a rational, modern, and well-informed perspective. And that's what the Rapid Enlightenment process is all about. It's about helping high conscious go-getters relate to the world in a way that is rational, modern, and well-informed, which makes peace of mind much more likely. Now, I will tell you, I was pretty shocked to discover, because it kind of flies in the face of everything you hear. I was shocked to discover that you can actually have enlightened prosperity, both at the same time, right? You can be well, enlightened, and do well, prosperity. And if we're being honest, it's a paradox, and it flies in the face of the myths of the traditional spiritual institutions. Traditional spirituality is going to tell you to avoid attachments like money and success, or worse, it's going to imply that having money is evil or destructive or somehow blocking you from living a life filled with peace. And I will tell you, maybe your ancestors had to limit themselves to find peace. But after working for 30 years with people like you, I can tell you that there's no reason that you have to limit yourself to just being enlightened or just being prosperous. You just don't. My thousands of clients are proof that enlightened prosperity is possible, and it's possible for you too. So let's get into it, right? This video is about the enlightened part, which is lasting peace of mind. There are 2 conditions that need to be in place for you to be able to maintain lasting peace of mind. Let's talk about the first one. Lasting peace of mind is only possible when you know your true purpose in life. Wah, wah, wah. If you're a traditional spiritual type, this sounds hokey, I know. It did to me too when I first started to stumble on it. That's because you and I have been told that enlightenment is not found in worldly things, especially purposes in life. But I want you to stick with me here because I followed the traditional methods and they didn't lead to lasting peace. They led to, like moments of peace, but not lasting peace. So your tradition, my traditions, they were created thousands of years ago. And the conditions of today, the modern world that we're living in, actually gives you an entirely new opportunity. So it's time for you to get up to date on reality. And once you discover what your true purpose in life is, it's crazy. Success actually makes you peaceful. Isn't that crazy? Like success feeds peace and peace feeds success. Now that's a paradox. And almost everybody gets this true purpose in life thing dead wrong. Most people make the mistake that their actions are the purpose, right? It's like, my job is the purpose. My creative endeavor is the purpose. Making a difference for other people, contributing to the world. That's my purpose. But these are not true purposes, and they don't lead to lasting peace of mind. And I've worked with thousands of people directly in their lives, and not once has any of that kind of thing led to lasting peace of mind. So using the 4 pillars of the rapid alignment process, you actually begin to admit that peace of mind is not achievable through changes in the external world. So we're coming full circle now with our more spiritually minded person. Peace of mind is an aspect of recontextualization, which is the 4th pillar of the rapid alignment process. There is no change in circumstances that will give you the feeling of living your life's purpose, because purpose is not an action. It's not a result that you create in the world. And yet knowing your true purpose is essential to being at peace and having success at the same time. It's like they're married together. You know, your true purpose is kind of like gravity. It pulls peace and pulls success together, creating a swirling vortex of positive experiences in your life. It's like peace feeds success, and success feeds peace. So if you buy into the myth that your purpose is some result out there in the world, you're going to take a lot of shots in the dark. You're going to use a lot of energy. And you know what? You're going to win some. You're going to win some. You're going to lose some. Ultimately, I think you're going to achieve some relative success. You're going to make some changes in the world in some way. But if you have not distinguished your true purpose in life, your success doesn't quite satisfy you. You know, there's no peace in that. You're successful, but you're not peaceful. You have one, but not both. Your success feels good because, you get that temporary dopamine hit, but that's just biology. That's not enlightenment. And unfortunately, the dopamine doesn't last, which is really frustrating and deflating. And so after the goal is achieved, what happens? Like the mind gets restless again. And there's no peace in that. Something feels missing, and that's because something is missing, and it is your true purpose in life. Like once you discover your true purpose in life, success actually makes you peaceful. And then your peace creates more energy for success. Success and peace create a positive feedback loop that increases both over time. Okay, so down in the notes, I've added a link for you to go through my proprietary process for discovering your true purpose in life. And it's called the Enlightened Goal Setting Workshop. This is a life-changing process, and it's my gift to you, no strings attached, okay? So let's move on to condition number 2. Peace of mind is increased or decreased by your ability to eliminate the negative mind chatter that creates stress and worry and anxiousness. And all of that is actually created by something called the 10 hidden motives to survive. Now, said another way, transcending the motivation to think negative thoughts altogether creates a quiet, peaceful mind, free from distractions of worry, concern, and anxiousness. Now, the 10 hidden motives to survive are the source of all of that worry and anxiousness. It's the source of the restless mind. And they must be transcended if you want to achieve lasting peace of mind. Now let's talk a little bit about some of the traditional methods that we've all been exposed to, okay? The traditional self-help methods and the traditional sort of methods of mindfulness and meditation. They don't predictably lead to transcending the mind's motivation to think, worry, and ruminate. They just don't. Like using traditional methods, you can create a temporary increase in your peace of mind, and I'm not asking you to stop doing that. I'm just suggesting that you add in the 4 pillars of the rapid alignment process so you can transcend the mind's motivation to think negative thoughts altogether and achieve lasting peace. And I want you to know this. I started having transcendent experiences At 9 years old, I attempted to read the great spiritual books as a teenager. Attempted is the key word there. But for decades, I've practiced traditional methods, and ultimately I became a teacher. And when I became a teacher, I started prescribing traditional methods to my clients. And after 30 years of work in the field, belly to belly, deep in people's life, I know I keep saying this, but I want you to get, I have been doing this with people. I have found that the traditional methods almost always fail. They fail in the face of modern daily challenges. Health, financial, marital, kids, career, economy, debt, the failure of traditional methods to reduce negative mind chatter is magnified for someone like you. And it's magnified because going after success naturally creates more stress, more worry, and more anxiousness. It's kind of the nature of taking risk, if you think about it. And, creating something from nothing, right? That creates all kinds of stressors. Like if you're driven to create a big life, you kind of signed up to subject yourself to a lot more stressors than other people. So traditional self-help methods fail in the face of these modern challenges that people like you face. I'll give you some examples, right? Attempting to control or dominate your mind through affirmation, gratitude, dream boards, visualization, NLP-based techniques like modifying your nervous system. They don't create lasting peace, and I'm sure you've tried them all. You can walk on hot coals, be inspired by your achievement, go home, and then boom, your spouse triggers you right back into frustration or anger or anxiety. So why do these traditional methods fail to create lasting peace? And the answer is because traditional methods don't lead to transcending the survival mind. They don't lead to transcending the survival mind, which means that you implement the techniques, these traditional methods, on top of the survival mind, or you cut the weeds off at the top, but you leave the roots. You achieve your goals, and you secretly feel like a fraud. That's the survival mind. Now, I will say that using traditional methods of mindfulness and meditation, learning to observe your thoughts and feelings, that's much more effective than trying to control your thoughts or modify your nervous system or, daring yourself to do hardcore things. But these traditional methods like meditation and mindfulness, they don't predictably lead to transcending the motivation to think negative thoughts altogether. Let me say that again. They don't predictably lead to transcending the motivation to think negative thoughts altogether. The traditional methods of mindfulness and meditation are a little bit of a crapshoot. And I know because I did them and I taught them to other people. That's why I developed the rapid alignment process. And you could probably think of the rapid alignment process as an advanced version of mindfulness, a way to more predictably create lasting peace. So I want to emphasize that the traditional methods should not be abandoned. That's not what I'm saying here. All the work that you've done so far has provided you with a bedrock to build on. And the rapid alignment process, just the next step in the journey towards lasting peace. That's all it is. So it's critical to learn how to remove or transcend the mind's motivation for negative thinking and distracting negative feelings. And to achieve it, you got to learn about and utilize the methods of transcending the 10 hidden motives to survive. So I will say this, after decades of inner work and helping others, I've developed a proprietary methodology that removes the motivation for negative thinking. It removes the motivation for anxious thinking, for unwanted mind chatter. And the 10 hidden motives to survive. Those things actually create the motivation for your mind to express negative thoughts, negative ideas, things that you didn't ask for. So here's the premise, and then I'm going to give you some resources, okay? Awareness makes you flexible, which reveals new options, and options give you the power to make changes. And awareness of the 10 hidden motives to survive is really all you need. So just becoming aware of these 10 hidden motives to survive will dramatically reduce the negative mind chatter and increase your peace of mind naturally. So like I said, I got a couple resources for you. These are my gift, no strings attached. The first one is the first 6 chapters of my book, Quiet Mind, Epic Life, Escape the Status Quo and Experience Enlightened Prosperity Now. I'd love for you to download those first 6 chapters. I'm going to tell you all about the rapid enlightenment process and the 10 hidden motives to survive. I just want to get you on the path to lasting peace of mind. And then the second resource is my lost TEDx talk. And the name of it is The Power of Transcending Survival Consciousness. And in this talk, you're going to learn about the 10 hidden motives to survive and their impact on your peace of mind. Now, my hope is that today opens a new chapter for you, one that is filled with enlightened prosperity. Because as a person who's drawn to enlightened prosperity, you just got to admit that you're driven to have peace and success at the same time. And it's a paradox, and most people seek one or the other, not you. Both are rarely ever achieved together, but with the help of the rapid enlightenment process, this becomes possible. I'm excited to hear about your journey.